Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Cardinals taking over, and they do so behind the number 1 overall pick of the draft. That's Kyler Murray out of Oklahoma. Rare talent indeed. First man to be drafted in the top 10 of 2 sports, baseball being the other. He's got his work cut out for him. The Cardinals trying to rebound from a 3-13 campaign. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
This a quick pass to Davis. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
And the running game is headlined by Lamar Miller, the veteran out of the University of Miami, who gives you tough inside runs and some speed to burn when he gets into the open field. He's the only player in NFL history with 2 touchdown runs over 95 yards in his career.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. James has got it. Complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ballgame.
That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here comes Grant on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
They keep it with Miller on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week. That pressure on the QB is key. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly.
You got it. You got it.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray, he's got his man. This is Dodson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. 1st down, Murray. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jannard Avery. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins now. Complete. Richardson has it. Touchdown, Falcons! Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsauer, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
56.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go play action. Cousins. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. First down, here's Cousins. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air again, it's Cousins. Little short pass to James. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
From the 41, Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Cousins now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run with Samuels. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. And James has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass at you, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Well, no Texas start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And a look now at Lamar Miller. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On 2nd and 9, Murray, and this is incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matthew Ioannidis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Cousins now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. On play action, Cousins Throw left side complete. That's James. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A toss play to Chubb. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
50's a mark. 50's a mark. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And we focus on Lamar Miller as he heads back out there and gets set to go again on offense. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Shift! Watch the shift!
They'll run with Miller. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rip right. Watch out.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Powell on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They go draw here. Powell. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He was brought down by Trey Flowers. 1-yard gain.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun on third down, Murray. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
41-yard attempt.
Succop's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Check 56. I'm going to come back to you.
A first down throw for Cousins. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch right, watch right.
Cousins on first down. He finds his target. It's Matthews. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Cousins now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jalen Samuels, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't,
It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And a look now at Lamar Miller. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, and incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Graham. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Murray now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's hauled in by Dodson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
To throw is Cousins. His throw incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw, Cousins. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Cousins again. James has got it. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Cousins looking for his running back, and he's got him. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And Ginn's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 now. Cousins. Open man is Samuel. Complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that is incomplete. Now, the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Marcus Cannon, the guilty party there. 3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now, after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete as well. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second and 6 at the 33-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Murray, he'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Murray now on first down. He completes this into the hands of Miller. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Throwing now is Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that
one. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Returnable for Grant. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw is Murray. He's got the hook up to Miller. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Miller. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Defense wins championships, baby. Set, go.
First down, Murray. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Murray, this is Miller, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Powell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Murray setting up the screen for Miller. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Suckup will put this one right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They go with Chubb on second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And James has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Cousins, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James, and it's 3rd and short. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And a broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Here we go.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
First down, here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. A run for Nick Chubb. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And he's going to go down here a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jamie Collins with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Murray trying again after the pick 6. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
The drive will start with an option going left. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So out comes the field goal team once more. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, well,
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he finds Cook. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Crunch time, defense.
Murray now on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brianne Bonnie Calhoun. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Atlanta, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.